Hi, I have for you today Comet, the Unstoppable Reindeer by Jim Benton. There is the cover. Off we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, a tense situation. The elves had worked the whole year without a vacation. Oh dear, I must be very tired. They weren't jolly or cheery. They were tired and cranky. There was some pushing and shoving between Stinky and Stanky. So Comet stepped in. He hated elf fights. Then a wild punch connected and turned out his lights. Oh dear. So this is Stinky and Stanky. They're fighting, and there's Comet coming. And Comet got stuck in the middle of the fight and got hit, poor thing. It's never good to fight, is it? Let's see what happens. When Comet came to, they were all getting along, but his arm had a bend where one didn't belong. Oh dear. The doctor came over and got to work fast. He outfitted Comet with a sling and a cast. They broke Comet's arm. How awful. And there's his cast and his sling. As Comet jumped up, Doc said with a frown, "You're not going anywhere. You just sit yourself down. No dashing, no dancing. Your arm needs a fixing. It will be a long time before you're prancing with Vixen." Later that night, Comet watched Santa get ready. His spot had been filled by a rookie named Freddie. Oh dear. And the doctor's telling him to sit down. And Freddie got his spot. Well, lucky for Freddie, unlucky for poor Comet. "But Comet's the best," Dasher whispered to Blitzen. "I mean, Freddie is nice, but I'm not sure he fits in." "I fit in," said Freddie, "so I qualify. I don't need a degree. I'm a reindeer. I fly." Santa hugged Comet and told him goodbye. Comet sighed as he watched them fly into the sky. There's Blitzen complaining. And there everybody is. He's just stuck there, poor thing. It's so very quiet when the elves all go home, and you're a busted up reindeer at the North Pole alone. Your friends have all gone to leave good girls and boys a present from Santa's great big bag of toys. His bag of toys? Comet started to yell. How could they forget? And he called Santa's cell. So he's all alone. And they left all the good kids' toys. Can you imagine? What a silly thing to do. But Santa was laughing at Freddie's bad singing. With those loud ho-hos, no one heard the phone ringing. There was only one thing that a reindeer could do to make sure that those toys got to me and to you. One single thought went through Comet's head. Always lift with your legs. That's what everyone said. With a heave and a hoe, he lifted that bag. But the weight was so great that it started to sag. So you see, Santa is just laughing up a storm. You can't hear his cell phone ring. Poor Comet is lifting up this bag with his legs to make sure he doesn't mess with his back. Oh dear. Let's see what happens. He tried with a lever. He tried with a hoist. He tried till his forehead was reddened and moist. I simply can't do it. This bag weighs too much. There are too many toys and candy and such. I gave it a try. I can't do any better. But as he gave up, he noticed a letter. There's his hoist and his lever. He can't get the bag to move. And there is the letter on the floor. Dear Santa, it said, most start out that way. Or Dear Mr. Claus, or Yo Tubby, hey. But this said, Dear Santa, it'd be great if you could bring a toy for my sisters. For my sister. She's so sweet and good. She's too small to write, but I know what she'd like. A little green pig on a little pink bike. So he's sitting down to read the letter, and looks like he has some good snacks going too. And he's imagining what the letter describes, the little green pig on a little pink bike. But there are so many kids and the world is so big. She'll understand if you can't bring the pig. She won't cry a bit. She won't even pout. Just don't wear yourself out. Don't wear yourself or your poor reindeer out. Comet was stunned. No child, no elf had ever put reindeer ahead of himself. So he's writing for his little sister. And Comet is very moved. He's all choked up by the kids thinking of the reindeer first. But if you can swing it, it's all up to you. Our house is bright yellow. The roof is bright blue. Comet looked at the bag. It was simply too big. But at the tippiest top was the little green pig. He huffed and he wheezed and he let out a whine. Comet felt something slip out of place in his spine. But before he hefted that bag like a brave little fighter, would it kill kids to ask for some toys that were lighter? There's the little pig with his pink bike. And Comet got the bag to move, very painfully, poor thing. I hope he's going to be okay. He limped to the map and looked to the east. It's morning there first, groaned the belabored beast. He lumbered outside and prepared to depart when he heard a soft sound of a hernia start. I'll begin in the east and work my way west, said Comet as he winced at the pain in his chest. So there he is, he's consulting his map, and he's in pain, poor thing. I wonder if he'll make it. He flew to Siberia, Japan, and New Guinea, where he knocked out a tooth and crashed into a chimney. He rested a minute. He felt kind of queasy. Santa had always made steering look easy. Then to China, Mongolia, Nepal, Pakistan, where he was nearly run over by a red minivan. Oh, there he is, knocking into the chimney. He's not having a good time. And there's a red van that nearly ran him over. Oh dear. On to Egypt and Sweden, Italy and France, where he scraped up his butt, 'cause he didn't wear pants. Then through Greenland, Guyana, and Newfoundland too, where a crash with a goose knocked his antlers askew. He scratched his butt, poor Comet. There he is, working away. Cleveland, Chicago, and then to Quebec. He picked up a limp and a pain in his neck. He left lots of toys, like $1 billion or two, but he'd found no yellow house with a roof of bright blue. The night was half done, things weren't going so well, and a lump on his ear was starting to swell. Yeah, he's in pain. He just fell. He's all banged up. So his antler, he repaired it and kept moving. He looked in LA, he looked in Seattle. Then he borrowed some Band-Aids from a small herd of cattle. He flew to Alaska, through each little town, but the bag was nearly empty, so he set himself down. I've circled the world and given a toy to every good girl and every good boy. The cows have given him the Band-Aids. And there he is, setting himself down. He's kind of frustrated. He looked at his map as he shed a small tear. No little green pig for little sister this year. That tiny tear fell on a spot in the Pacific, Honolulu, Hawaii, to be more specific. A surge of delight arose in his chest as he plotted a course that was south of Southwest. There he is, realizing that where he needed to go. And one of the bears is opening up one of his gifts. He looks very, very spiffy, don't you think? Way out at sea, near the end of his race, a whale blew his nose right into Comet's face. That was all he could take. Comet felt he was through. But just then Hawaii came into his view. At long last he found that roof of bright blue on a house painted yellow in warm Oahu. He slipped down the chimney with a gift for the boy and, of course, for his sister, the little pig toy. Look at the whale splashing water in poor Comet's face. Can you imagine? And there he is. He found the house. Wow. I bet you that was a relief. He was met by the boy who had written the letter. Gee, your arm's in a sling. I hope it gets better. Comet smiled and sighed. The kid's phone gave a jingle. I'll get it, said Comet. I bet it's Kris Kringle. It was Santa, of course, full of thank yous and praise. So quick-thinking Comet mentioned getting a raise. So he's giving the gift to the boy, and there's the little sister. And Santa calling Comet to thank him for what he's done. Thank yous always help, don't you think? And a vacation, Santa said. Can the elves have one too? Asked Comet, who knew that's the right thing to do. We'll all go, laughed Santa. That will heal that bone. Oh, and next time, said Comet, Please turn up your phone. There he is. He's playing with them while talking to Santa, and everybody's having a good time. And that was Comet, the Unstoppable Reindeer by Jim Benton. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.